And new tonight, Indiana University may rename some of the buildings on its campuses in the fight for racial injustice and inclusion. The first move, naming the Intramural Center in Bloomington after a legendary IU basketball player. News 8's Hannah Mordeau is here in studio with more. Hannah.
Hey, yeah, the university says it wants to do what is good and what is right for racial equality for all students and staff. But some alumni say only looking at structures and buildings is not doing enough.
Well, Indiana University campuses sit empty right now. A virtual message from President Michael McRobbie this morning was a clear sign of our times.
The claims of our faculty, staff and students of colour, indeed of all of us, who at this public university should be free to enter any public building without concern that it honours someone who would have held them in contempt on account of their race.
McRobbie is asking the naming committee to start a systematic review of all named buildings or structures on all of IU's campuses.
This will be a complex and difficult task.
A task already underway. He says the Intramural Center on Bloomington's campus will be renamed in honor of IU basketball player Bill Garrett, a pioneer for racial justice in athletics and one of the first black players to regularly play in the Big Ten. Recently, Jordan Hall, named after David Starr Jordan, has been under scrutiny. The university says it's also one of the first buildings where they are considering a change. But some alumni tell me that's not enough.
We have a mural in Woodburn Hall 100, and section 9 of that mural depicts the KKK. It's, of course, a part of the mural because it's part of Indiana's history. But, we do not need those depictions that are going to make students and staff uncomfortable.
Alexandra Ruddig is a recent graduate from IU. Last week, she started this change.org petition to have the Woodburn Hall mural removed. The Thomas Hart Benton painting depicts a burning cross and the KKK. It's been debated for years, and it is no longer used in a classroom setting. Right now, the university says it will remain for historical purposes, to be a lesson on the mistakes of our past.
It's intended to stay there as a documentation of something that's not the best of our past, and certainly address where that may continue to be a problem ongoing. So it's important to grapple with the past, but also think about how it affects the future.
For now, the university says its future has a clear focus.
Indiana University holds fast to the fundamental values of equity and inclusion. We cannot in any way be part of perpetuating this legacy.
IU says the renaming committee will take its time examining these buildings and welcomes input from students, staff, and alumni as this process unfolds. Mike?